Alright, this is the homemade WMBF camera jib. Wooden base. There are weights in the bottom and wheels, so this thing doesn't roll around on its own unless somebody's pushing it. This is just a caster bracket so that it will move side to side. All aluminum. We have a weight in the middle, so depending on which camera we have on there, we can let go of the jib and it will stay in one place. Yellow tape everywhere because people tend to walk into this thing. It's kind of funny. All right, this is just a little camera. We had several of these things laying around. We use the HDMI out of it and send it down the line, and then we have a splitter so that we use an HDMI monitor on it. This is not plugged in now, there's no power, but we have the cables for power, and then we also have SDI cables going in, so we split the HDMI and then send it into a converter, so it goes HDMI to SDI, and we send that to an I/O panel in the station and then on into the control room or wherever it's needed. Just have weights on the back side here to counterbalance the weight of the camera, and foam because again people crash into it a lot. Yellow tape everywhere. But the idea is you can put it anywhere you want to and the camera will stay level all the way through. No matter what height you go, it stays level. Get back here and show you can go way up in the air with it. This is built for any camera that's a little less than 10 pounds, which most cameras these days don't weigh much. And the way this thing stays level is you cut these two pieces of metal the exact same length from this point, it's bolted in here, all the way back to the other point right here, so that as they go up they stay in the exact same position. The length doesn't change between the two of them. And then on the end, on this one, we have a bubble level just taped on here because we were in a hurry when we put this on. And this piece here is bolted in, and it's bolted in on both sides. You can see here and here, so that this piece stays level no matter what the camera, no matter what the boom itself is doing. See, it goes up and down. These two pieces here need to stay slightly loose so that they can move, and there's washers in between all the aluminum. It's pretty good size. It works well. The trick, I'll keep it from flipping over, is put a lot of weight down in the bottom because production people will take off with it and crash into stuff. This thing has been slammed into doors, into people's heads, into lights, but so far it's holding together pretty well. We took a caster, a fairly large one, and bolted to it. It's ball bearing down there, so it's fairly smooth. We also had to put a bolt right there to keep people from spinning this around too much and breaking the cables, because at some point you gotta stop this thing from spinning or you snap your cables out. But it's really smooth. We use it on the air a lot during newscasts. As far as the length, you can make what you want on it. I believe this one is 7 foot long from this point out to the camera, and then I added more aluminum towards the back for the weights. You got to make sure aluminum is strong enough to hold the weight. I think I've got 15, if I'm not mistaken, there's 15 pounds on here. Yeah, that's what it is. Plus a small weight up front, it's 2.5, so that we can move this one way or the other depending on the camera that's on it and depending on the weight, because it could get unbalanced. Oh, another little thing I put on here was using a thumb screw. We can turn this, and you can turn the camera in any direction you want to. If you're doing a cooking segment, take the camera off and run the bolt through here, and the camera looks straight down. Can't see my hand in there, but anyway, you can run it through there and the camera will look straight down. We use that a lot in our cooking segments. But you can move this thing all over the place.